Colorado has a long history with deadly truck crashes, so there are plenty of folks here welcoming the move by the Trump administration to crack down on commercial license testing. Here's Mark Salinger with that.
School, they always taught us you gotta have your head on a swivel. You're just looking at your mirrors the entire time.
Colorado's mountain roads are notoriously difficult to navigate, especially behind the wheel of an 80,000-pound truck.
Throw in traffic and stops and starts. It's a lot.
Scott Maurer owns CDL 303, truck driving school with classes specializing in mountain driving. He knows how dangerous these roads can be, which is why he welcomes any changes to make trucking safer.
I found the I-70 stretch one of the most difficult. You can't let your guard down.
There are nearly 600 trucking schools in Colorado, but the Trump administration announced this week a crackdown across the country that could put more than 40% out of business for not complying with federal regulations.
So there's a lot of fraudulent trucking schools out there that just have one or two guys. They'll go ahead and say, I'm self-certified as a school, where they're actually not. And then they'll go ahead and turn around and get their guys their CDL. So that's what they're cleaning out.
Last year, the state shut down a CDL testing school in Loveland after an investigation found the program was giving licenses to people who shouldn't have passed the test.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it's all fake.
In 2022, a man driving without a valid commercial driver's license killed 5 people in Weld County. The truck he was driving didn't have working brakes, and the company contracted by the federal government was delivering mail. And a truck driver on Highway 285 near Conifer killed a man in a crash last year while driving without a valid license and without proper documentation.
When they do that, they're putting everyone else at risk.
Brett Fulton is the president of the Colorado Motor Carriers Association, which represents hundreds of trucking companies in the state. They also support crackdowns on what Fulton calls bad actors.
Part of this is because there hasn't been, I think, an adequate level of oversight throughout the country. And a big part of that is, a lack of resources at the federal and state level.
Colorado is no stranger to bad truck crashes. It all starts with the training to get the license.
So yeah, it needs to be cleaned up.
Something that we've heard for years after doing trucking stories here is that the Federal Motor Carriers Association simply doesn't have the staff or the money to accurately monitor all the trucks on the road. So beyond politics, there's serious hope that Trump will at least provide extra funding that could help clean up an industry that many feel needs more regulation to keep bad actors off the road, Kyle.
Certainly one thread in our coverage of previous crashes is drivers who are in this country illegally. And that's part of the Trump team's concern as well.
Yeah, we've seen that the Trump administration wants to get drivers that don't have documentation or that don't speak English off the road. We've seen specific enforcement for truck drivers in other states. At this point in Colorado, we haven't seen any specific examples, and the industry experts that I spoke with today haven't seen that come to Colorado yet either.
Mark Salinger, thank you so much.